And as I started to uncover the word, he gave me my sermon title, which was Uncover Your Disease. If I would give this a subtitle, it would be Your DIP, D-I-P, is connected to your deliverance and healing. Your DIP is connected to your healing and deliverance. Uncover your disease. I'm going to give you a minute to simmer on those words. Uncover your disease. I will be coming out of the book of 2 Kings 5, 1 through 14. But before I go any further, I want to pray over this word. Verse 7, and it happened when the king of Israel read the letter that he tore his clothes and said, Am I God to kill and make alive, that this man sends a man to me to heal him of his leprosy? Therefore, please consider and see how he seeks a quarrel with me. So it was when Elijah, the man of God, heard that the king of Israel was torn, he torn his clothes, that he said to the king, saying, Why have you torn your clothes? Please let him come to me, and he shall know that there is a prophet in Israel. Then Naaman went with his horses and chariots, and he stood at the door of Elijah's house. And Elijah sent a messenger to him, saying, Go and wash in the Jordan 7 times, and your flesh will be restored to you, and you shall be clean. But Naaman became furious and went away and said, Indeed, I said to myself, he will surely come out of me and stand and call the name of the Lord, his God, and wave his hand over the place of heal and heal the leprosy. Are not the Ambi and the Pharpar, the rivers of Damascus, better than all the rivers of Israel? Could I not wash in them and be clean? So he turned and went away in rage. In rage. And his servants came near and spoke to him and said, My father, if the prophet had told you to do something great, would you not have done it? How much more then when he says to you, Wash and be clean? Verse 14. So he went down and dipped 7 times in the Jordan according to the saying of the man of God, and his flesh was restored like the flesh of a little child, and he stood and he was clean. So, Naaman. I want to give you backdrop of this person I will be speaking on this morning, which is Naaman. He was from Syria, and he was a man who was well known, okay? A man who was well favored. Naaman was the commander of the army of Syria. But he had one problem, which was he had leprosy. Outside, he was armed up. No one saw his undercover disease. He was idolized by the women. They batted their eyes. The young kids wanted to be like him, and the men respected who he was. But then when he went in his house, he uncovered his armor, and he was reminded of his disease, which was leprosy. He was the man of the man. Now, mind you, he was the commander of the army that went to Israel and killed the people in Israel. Now listen, he thought he killed everyone in Israel. If you read the word, back up and read some commentary, you'll see that they thought that they had killed everybody in Israel, but as we see, they didn't. So, he spoke, he went out, he had his armor, he had his helmet, he had his bodysuit, everything's good, he's out there. Now, I wonder, when he was out there, did he wonder, was he scared that someone would smell him? Because in the Bible time, lepers, people with leprosy, now leprosy was shown in the Bible 40 times, okay? 40 times they spoke of leprosy. But Naaman was the only one in Israel that went to Israel that got healed. Luke talks about that, which we'll go into that later. So, the people with leprosy would have to take their hair and cover their lip and scream, unclean, unclean, so people knew that they had leprosy.